I'm Emmanuel, and welcome to my workbench, and welcome to another Monday coin roll hunt. What do I have to hunt today? I have dimes. These are hard to hunt for me, but you do find silver in those, so let's have a look at those. Not a lot of things to find in here other than silver, maybe some Americans and a few commemoratives. We can always hope for some NIFCs and some errors. I have my dimes list over here. Of course, the dimes that are of silver are 1968 and earlier. 1967 and earlier guarantees us silver. 68, there's 50% silver, or the nickel versions as well. And nickels as well, and the nickels are over here. No silver nickels unless they're really, really old nickels. I think before 1921, they were silver, and they were smaller than a dime, so I don't expect to find any of those here. But we have what we are looking over here, the bottom one here, the 2000, just off on the camera here, 2000 P is a semi-key date, as well as the 1970 over here. So let's go ahead and start with the dimes and see if we find anything. We'll start with one of these clear rolls over here. I like these clear rolls because you can see the edges. I am looking at this one. I don't see any American coins or any special edges over here, so let's get rid of the tape. Oh, I see. Somebody put tape on it because the roll is damaged. Well, this one is going to find itself in the garbage. I'm not going to bother reusing this one. So let's see what I can find in here. All right, there is one in here that is a commemorative. This is the 1992 double date celebrating 125th anniversary of Canadian Confederation. There you go. Quite common. This is going to go back into circulation. Let's try for another one of these clear rolls. And you can see, oh my goodness, look at this one. Almost every single edge, or at least about half of them, are American coins by the copper edge. Let's see if I can get rid of the tape here as I knock over the camera. Yeah, lots of Americans in this one. So lots of finds. Let's separate them out and see what we come up with. All right, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 2, 4, 24 Americans in this roll. I'm not going to go over the dates, just for brevity's sake. If anything jumps out, I will comment on it when I actually do my my date checks on my American quarters. So let's see here. That's 2 rows of 10. And we have a commemorative over here. This is celebrating the Queen's Golden Jubilee, or 50 years on the throne, 1952 to 2002. The date is on the obverse side, and there is no date on the reverse. And look at this, folks. We have silver in the roll, 1944. That is awesome. We have a King George VI, where it still says Emperor of India. George VI, by the grace of God, King and Indian Emperor, or Emperor of India. Very, very cool. We have silver in the on the board, and we have another one here. 1950, very, very worn 1950, but this one is King George VI, by the grace of God, King, no longer Emperor of India, over here in 1950. That is really cool. 2 silvers in one roll. Let's hope that this was a collection dump and there'll be more. Now there's one I want to check because this one looks very silvery. It is a 1974. I don't think they made any silver coins. Yeah, this one is not silver, but it kind of looked silvery there. There's another one here that kind of looks silvery as well, but it actually just burnt. It's a 1988. Let's check it just for fun. It is not silver, but that is cool. Silver on the board. Let's continue with these rolls here. The clear rolls. We have one left after this. We definitely have an American here and nothing else by the edges. Let's pull it out and see what we got. Yeah, we have another American. So let's go through this roll and see if there are any other things to bring to your attention. All right, one more American for the board, and we have a commemorative here. We have the 2001 Year of the Volunteer. The obverse is different. It has 10 cents written on this side. And the year is on this side as well because there's not the blue nose, the ship there on the reverse. Instead, there are people celebrating the Year of the Volunteer. I think it's the International Year of the Volunteer. Very cool. Moving on to roll number 4. This is our last clear roll. We will have another American over here. This one is taped, so let's get rid of this tape. Where's the opening? It's on this side. Oh. There we go. One more American. Nothing else by the edge. There's a couple of thin ones there. Let's see what we have. All right, we have 2 more finds. So we have one more American to add to the board, bringing us up to 26. And we have a 1969. Now, 1969, double check again. Yeah, they did produce some silver coins in 69, but they're very rare and far between. But 1969, there's also the 1969 large date issue. And this one is the small date. The large date, the numbers, the 6 and the 9 are elongated vertically. And the 6, the little bar of the 6, this one here, if you look at it over here, it kind of ends in this angle like this. The 6, it goes like this. And the elongated, it curves all the way down. And the 9 looks the same, curled all the way down. So this is not it, but that I've never found one, but that is the one to find. Let's keep going. Roll 5. Nothing special on the ender. Hoping for more silver in these rolls. All right, one more American for the board. Nothing else in this roll. We haven't found any colorized dimes yet. Roll 6. There is only the 2021 that came out with a colorized dime. Those, I don't find them as often as you would expect, even though they were minted at a high numbers. People tend to, they jump out at you and people tend to keep them, I guess. Anything here? Nothing jumping out at me. Let's keep going. All right, another commemorative in roll 6 here. We have the double dated 2021. So there were 4 different issues in 2021. 3 of them were double dated and 1 was single dated. So the one with the single date that looks like this is the one to find. They were in NIFC sets only. But this one is celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Blue Nose, and also there's an alternative colorized and non-colorized version with the Blue Nose under sale that we can find in circulation. Moving on to roll number 7, nothing special on the ender. All right, nothing in roll 7. Roll 8, nothing special on the ender. Do a quick check. Nothing is jumping out at me, so let's see what we have. All right, we have a 1968. 1968 is the year that Canada transitioned from silver to nickel. This one doesn't look like it's a silver coin, and it is not. Now, 1968, also interesting fact, is some of our coins were minted in Philadelphia, and you can only tell by the edge reading. Let me see if I can see offhand what this one is. This one looks like it's a Canadian coin by the reading on the edge. The grooves are a little bit deeper and squarer for the American version. Interesting story. According to the law, Canadian coinage must be minted in Canada. And when the order went to Philadelphia, this is might be an urban myth, but this is what I've heard, so I'm just repeating it here. But yeah, when the order went to Philadelphia to go ahead and mint some coinages on behalf of Canada, that was technically illegal to do. But they did it anyways, and I don't think anybody got caught or in trouble for it. We do have an American here on this roll, so let's see what else we have in roll number 9. All right, roll number 9, we have our 28th American. And let's go to our final roll, roll 10 here. This one is in there tight. There we go. Nothing on the ender, though the ender does look like it's a little older. And here we go. We have a colorized coin right there. Jumps right out at you. The ender is a 1968, so we'll have to check that one. But let's see what else we have in this roll. All right. Well, let's have a look at this colorized coin. We have a 2010 double dated. This is the Blue Nose under sale. There's a non-colorized version as well with the waves being engraved instead of painted on. Double date over here on the reverse, and the queen, of course, on the obverse. We'll put it on the board. They're quite common. I don't really keep them. And here is another commemorative. This is the 150th anniversary of Canada. We have a dove. I could never tell which is how this is a dove shaped in a maple leaf, but I finally looked at it closely. The head is over here. You can see the eye, and this leaf over here is one wing. This is the other wing, and this is the tail over here, and this is the body of the dove underneath. But it's a dove in the shape of a maple leaf, and of course on the obverse we have Queen Elizabeth and the interesting unique font they used for that year. Very cool. The last one, where is it? Over here is another 1968. Let's check it. It is magnetic, so it is not silver. If it was silver, it would be 50% silver. And let's look at the edge reading. This is the US version. You can see the reading on there. If you go back to the video, in the video, and you look, I'll bring the other one back in editing here and put it adjacent to this one. You can see that the reading on this one, the grooves are squarer and deeper. So this is one that was minted in Philadelphia. Very, very cool. Now let's move over and see if we have as much luck as we had in the dimes. Now there won't be any silver in here, but we might have some actual oldies. Looking at the edge check. Now American nickels don't have the copper edge, of course. But let's see what we have here. Speaking of which, we have an American here and another American over there. And a third one over here. All right, we have 4 Americans over here in roll number 1, and we have some commemoratives to look at. First one here is a commemorative of the V nickel. We have the 60th anniversary, 60, let me see, is my math right? Yeah, 60th anniversary of the end of World War II in 2005. And this copies a design from the 1945 Victory nickel. Very cool. Next one over here is a 1996. Now this one isn't a commemorative, but what you want to see is the leg of that 6. How close is it to the D? And there are 3 varieties. There is the far 6, the near 6, and the one with a die chip in the middle between the D and the 6. They call it the touching 6. And this one, from what I can see on camera here, looks to be the near 6 version. I might be wrong. No date on this one. Is it an error? No, it isn't. This is the Golden Jubilee with a double date on the obverse. 1952 to 2002, celebrating 50 years of Queen Elizabeth on the throne. Very cool. Final one over here we have is, oh, it looks like I got another double dated here. I didn't realize I took out 2. There you go. Roll number 2, another roll with a clear roll. Now, these are not blue nickels because this roll has a blue stripe on it, but there's a lot of short coins in here. Can you see this? Or is it the roll that's like this? Oh, it's the roll that's like this. Every 5 coins it dips down. I thought there was something wrong with these coins, that they might have been foreign, but it looks like every 5 coins in this roll, it's the roll that's hexagonal, and it sinks down. That's very, very cool. I've never seen a roll, plastic roll like this. Very, very interesting. Very cool. Let's see what we have in here. I thought there's going to be a whole bunch of foreign coins or something. Speaking of which, we have our first American. Of the roll, of course. All right. Well, we have 3 more Americans, but we have a non-American foreign. I believe this is 20 cents from New Zealand. New Zealand, 2006, Elizabeth II, 20 cents from New Zealand. Put that one on the board. That is a cool find. Let's go to roll 3 over here. We got one from its hexagonal edges, or the and it's an older nickel with beveled edges. All right, we do have an oldie here. This is a 1961. This means that this one will be a laureate portrait, so the young head as they call it. Queen Elizabeth II with the laurel leaves. Anything special about 1961? No, indeed, but we'll put that one on the board. Roll 4. Our last transparent roll of the bundle. Looks like there's some older edges here. They might be American edges as well. The American ones have slightly different tone to them. We did have, in fact, one more American, and we have another commemorative here. This is the 150th anniversary of Confederation, so 1867 to 1992. Very cool. Halfway through the hunt with roll number 5. Let's open this end here. There we go. All right, two more to look at. The first one here is the 150th anniversary of Confederation, 1867 to 2017. We have a stylized beaver in an indigenous art style. And on the obverse, the Queen with the funky font there that I'm not used to seeing on coins. But there we go. And the next one, this is the first year, 1965, of the new bust with the tiara. And I have to check this under the scope because there is a version over here, as you could see. Where is it here? With the large beads. The common one is the small beads. So I'm going to have to look at the alignment of the beads, how it compares to the certain letters, certain indicator letters, to see if it is the large bead variety. I don't think I've ever found a large bead variety. Let's go here to roll number 6. Looks like we have some older nickel coins in this roll. One more American, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Americans so far. As we move to roll number 7. We have another 1964 laureate portrait. This one is in particularly good condition. Look at that. You can see the detail in the hair. First thing usually to go. Same thing with the laurel leaves. Now, if only there was a die break through that KG, I'm going to put this one aside. It's in beautiful shape. I'm going to see if it upgrades with the ones in my book. But it's definitely a beautiful coin. Whoops. Let's go on to roll number 8. This roll is falling apart. I'll probably replace this one. I'm not going to reuse it when I send back the coins. Yeah, let's throw this one out. See what's in here. Maybe that old roll will have old coins. Let's see. Nothing special in this roll. Roll 9. This roll is falling apart as well. We have another commemorative. This one is always fun to find. The 100th anniversary of Confederation, 1867 to 1967. We have the hare, or the bunny as some people call it, but it is a wild hare. There you go. And that one I will keep because it is always fun to include them in little giveaways. One roll to go. Roll 10. This one is falling apart. I'm going to throw this one out as well. Let's see if we can have an old find. It'd be nice to find a King George. There we go. And that is it for this hunt. So let me go ahead and check all of these against my book, bring you in if anything is special. And I will also look at these silvers to see if they fill the spot. But first of all, let me go off and scope this one and I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and there was nothing special with the dimes and the nickels, the American dimes and nickels. This 1965 was just the regular small strike, so nothing special about that. The 1964 and the 1961 here don't upgrade in my book. However, in my dime book, right over here on the first page, we can see that here is the 1944. So we get a book filler right here for the 1944. And here is the 1950. Both of these are book fillers for my coin roll hunting book. That is amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and the giveaway for this video for the month of March will be this Black Ring Toonie, this commemorative solemn toonie commemorating the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, dated 2022, with the black ring outside. And all you have to do to be eligible to win this coin is to leave a comment down below. And so early in April, I will draw the name of a lucky winner. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Hunting these coins, especially the dimes. Usually the dimes are not as exciting. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click on my logo over here to subscribe. Here is a link to a playlist of other dime hunts, and here is a link to a playlist of other nickel hunts on my channel. Until next time, thanks for watching.